Good morning, everyone. It's me, Michael, coming to you from the living room. It is Tuesday. It is beautiful here. It is freezing in this house. I woke up on the top floor, came down to the bottom, and I'm still cold, so I have on my aunt's robe. I love her! Yeah, she kind of caught me in it this morning. Literally just got up maybe about 3 hours ago and started my daily writing, and I'm so excited about this morning's writing. I just want to share it with you. Sunday, I record on the OWN network, Oprah Super Soul Sundays, and throughout the week, I watch an episode once in the morning, write it down. I have to write it down. Love this morning's that I watched. DeVon, writer of Produced by Faith, was on there, and it really resonated with me. I have a lot of friends who could really utilize this along with me. Our society, our generation is obsessed with fame, with being well known. Friends on Facebooks, likes on comments, the acceptance of others outside of their life. I know what that feels like. I know what it means to constantly search outside of myself for that acceptance, that acknowledgement, that validation. But what this book does is it completely shows how we are writers with a great creator, a source, to create a picture, a story that is absolutely remarkable. And as I sit down in the study sometimes and try to figure out how am I going to write what I want to put out there, how am I going to adequately share my life with others, this book helps me. This book helps me. So I broke it down. See this? This is everything that I got from him speaking. He's an absolutely wonderful speaker, pastor, just awesome. But I don't know if y'all remember, in 1998 there was a movie called The Truman Show. I watched this movie when I was 12 years old, and it completely messed up my life. Jim Carrey depicts a character whose life is grown up on film. He's grown up on film, but he doesn't know it. Everyone in his life are actors, and his life, he just thinks it's the way the world is. I still think that is my life. I'm a part of this big movie, and everyone in it are actors, and I just be put in all these different scenarios. I've grown up with that mentality since I was 12. After hearing him speak, it makes more sense as to why I've always lived against the grain. But we are the stars of our own movie, and at some point we must choose what type of message we want our story or our movie to share. There are 4 points that I want to share that I believe are very important, and I'm going to put into action immediately. Point 1, must be clarity in the message that you want your life to share, that you want your life to bring. For me, personally, I was once told, I think I was about 13, that my entire life will be a search for acceptance. I, at the time, didn't understand what that meant. But now, looking back on the different experiences I've had, from graduating from a private Christian university, to coming out, to understanding the relationship with my parents, to understanding what it's like to be a female impersonator, being homeless, building from nothing, like all these things have been a constant search for love and acceptance. I understand that now, and I see that, and I know for me that the love that I was searching for and the acceptance was already inside of me. I didn't need an outside source, which helps me understand why I've always lived against the grain. That brings me to point number 2, embracing who we are, setting firm boundaries in the things that you believe and the things you want to achieve. The moment we step outside of those boundaries, or when the rest of the world says, he wasn't really serious about it, so now we can take advantage of him. I've been so guilty of this. However, I have started a tradition in myself of not compromising the things that I believe are true to my core. So for one, is I don't work on Sundays. I absolutely refuse to work on Sundays. And if that costs me a position, then it costs me a position. It also allowed me the opportunity to not accept less than excellent behavior when I'm around. So if someone has something they want to say that's negative, derogatory towards myself or anyone around or any specific people group, I don't have it. I don't hear it. I fully embrace who I am, and I hope that people I meet embrace who they are when they're around me and be their authentic self. Authentic self. Number 3 is walk through conflict. Don't walk around it, because when we walk around conflict, we become a shyer person than when we started out, for one. But 2, by walking through conflict, we are completely allowing ourselves to become transformed in a moment that ultimately will have a brighter outcome on our story, because we will evolve. Every story that we idolize has some sense of conflict, and the character going through it becomes someone completely different on the other side. So why not embrace the conflict so we can grow, we can evolve? I certainly would do that. Point 4, which is so important for so many people. Stay in your own movie. Stay in your own movie. I think that this point, above all points, is so important. And I'm guilty, just as the next person, of getting on Facebook every morning and seeing what's happened out there in the world, or what is happening, and knowing half the people that I personally know are not even wake up till like noon their time. Which is remarkable to me. How many people post things about other people? Not about themselves, not about what's happening, but they post things about someone else's life. Sometimes in the positive, majority of the time in the negative, or they're passive aggressive in their comments, or they're passive aggressive in their statements, and it just blows my mind how much energy people take from their own life and apply it to other people's lives. Like if I'm building a building, that building being symbolized as my life, how much of the building will actually get built if I spend so much time sitting around talking about someone else's building? They're putting it up brick by brick. But meanwhile, here I am, sitting here watching them put it up brick by brick and not even touching one of my own. Nothing's evolving, nothing's growing. I think that's going to be focus. Just saying. This is one of my favorite quotes. It says, "All doors will open in time, but if you choose the wrong door, it's because you compromised who you are by choosing a door that your faith and your integrity do not fit through. Trust yourself, your creator, and above all, trust your faith, because in your faith, you will become someone far greater than you know." You know, I love you all, and every time that I've ever done a show, or every time that I've been out and about, I love learning what other people's stories are. Actually talking to them. Not talking to someone else about that person, but talking to that individual. Because it's through that communication that I learn a great, beautiful novel, and I get to hear it from the first person point of view. I don't spend my time worrying about or trying to find what drama's out there, because in every person's story you're going to find some drama. It's how that person becomes resilient through it that shows me that character of that individual. Life is too beautiful, and you are too great of a star to allow your life to be depicted by others around you. I love you all. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you soon. Mwah.